Can a club cope without a manager? Well, at United London FC, they are on the verge of creating its own history by becoming the world's first managerless football club. The idea came to the chairman's mind when he was watching telly on a Saturday night.
The idea came from watching X Factor and thinking, why there are no voting shows for men? It's as simple as that, really. I just sat down on a Saturday night with my wife thinking, God, I can watch ballroom dancing on one side or singing on the other, which neither really appealed to me, and I thought, well, there's got to be a way they can do this in a football format. So what we thought we'd do is look at this from potentially it just came to me as a kind of TV show, and how could we do that? So then I went and met, funnily enough, with Fremantle Media, who actually make X Factor. They invited me in, I talked to them about that. And they said actually the ethos of the club would work well as a digital offering, because it's not just London people that can get involved, it's anywhere in the UK, but actually much wider. And so we developed it from a kind of TV concept into actually an online club, and that's where we are today.
United London FC is a brand that attracts talent across the city. It provides a platform for semi-professionals to reach their dreams.
I wanted to create a club that was that had the name London in it, just because London's such a recognised brand, not just in the UK but globally, and also because we had players that were coming from all across London, north, south, east and west. We really wanted to kind of unite players from across the capital, so it just kind of made sense to have United London as a name. Luckily the FA were kind enough to let us use that.
Now we've got a 4v4.
United London is the only club that puts team selection into the hands of an everyday fan, and the backroom team behind the chairman make the fans' choices work.
I really like the option, giving the fans the option of taking control of the team. I think football is obviously universal, it's something you can take around the world. Everyone's got their own opinion, so I thought it was a great idea. And like I said, I was talking about it with someone one day. A couple of days later, just coincidentally, Mark got in touch with me on LinkedIn, and the rest is history.
Brilliant idea. Loved it straight away. As soon as he told me, I thought, this is a winner, this is good. I liked it, straight away.
He sold it to me, I was a little bit, wow, that's a bit strange. But because I've always been a manager and it's always been my responsibility. But to be honest, it takes the pressure off me completely. I don't have to look players in the eye on a Saturday and say, sorry, you're not playing, you're not starting. They all know it's all down to a demographic vote.
Mark North has made the transition of his vision from paper to reality. His forward thinking helped to create a club without a traditional manager.
A lot of people thought I was mad, thinking, what are you on about? How can this work? How can a managerless football club work? And there were times when I had to go back to the drawing board and thinking, what's the concept? How could people get involved? How could we make it simple for people to get involved and buy into what we do? So, we still have that voting element of actually being around the X Factor style voting, but actually a lot more interested in bringing people in from a grassroots point of view. So we decided to make an app that goes along with the website as well, and that's kind of key to our next phase of growth. Started with zero money, just a crazy idea really, and it sort of developed. So I met with, spoke to various different people within football, just ring out trying to get some advice, some people in internet world, in football media, and went back to the idea and just kept changing it slightly, thinking how could that work, and then came up with the idea, okay, we're going to start build a fairly basic website. So I raised a little amount of money, built a very basic website to get the season kicking it all off in season 1, and then we were lucky enough to get Juicen and Mitre, guys like that, as our sponsors, and that helped sort of pay for the season ahead. I started with no players, no coaches, no ground. Literally, it was purely an idea and a bit of paper. And then he was going out trying to source players. Managed to get a football trial company involved, and we advertised and got 100 players came over, and those guys ran the trials for me. It just sort of developed from there. We advertised for coaches, got coaches who thought actually this is a bit of a crazy idea, and it's really developed. So it's as simple as on a Saturday in the league we play in, we put the players up that are available, and then that goes out onto our website, and then you log in, choose your favourite 11, and then whichever goalkeeper gets the most votes will start, whichever right back gets the most votes starts, and it's like that all the way through the team. So totally democratic voting. They also choose the formation we use as well. So the players, the fans do have a lot of choice.
The online voting system makes United London unique. It's a real club, real players, real decisions to be made, putting fans in the dugout. There's a sense of excitement around the club with advanced technology key to this unique concept. But how are the players responding?
The system's working okay right now, it's just getting the fans in. Obviously we had a few errors at the beginning, but it's coming through nicely and we're getting a lot of people coming in and voting for the team. And yeah, you can see it's a mix-up of things. There's been times when a few people have stayed in the team, and good players as well, and then other people have come in from reserve. So yeah, good times at the moment.
I feel like the voting system, it's a bit different. I mean, it's not really about if you train hard or what you do in a training match and the coaches can see. It's about who's voting for you, who's picking your name. You know, it's about how much people know you in the outside world just to vote for you, really.
There have been setbacks. It's not been plain sailing for the backroom staff who are trying to bring Mark North's vision to life.
Last season we started really well. Again, we had a really good side as well. But I think it was more players just wanted to dip it out of it. They recognised the opportunity, they recognised the platform we was given. They took, and once they got enough, whether it be video footage or exposure, they left. So we didn't have a team. So what happened, we started off well, but by February, March, the team sort of fell apart. So this year, what we've looked to do to tackle that problem is by getting a group of players who are committed to football, not just a project, but they love their football and they're loyal people, and that's what we've got so far.
It was trial and error the first season, like most clubs. You know, we had players come, players go. It was a bit awkward to tie certain players down, you know what I mean? But in the end, I think we've done a good job. You know, with the players that we took on to this season, have stuck with us, and they're trained hard and they've improved no end, so it's good.
I think generally the squad is an improvement from last season. I don't personally feel we need to improve anymore. I think we've got a real good base. It's just about finding the right balance now, and we're still yet to find that balance. But if we have, if we get the right players voted in, then by all means we've got a very, very, very good squad. A squad that can definitely win the league.
The challenge with a new team is getting the boys to gel together. We haven't had that. The boys absolutely look like they've been playing together for years, and that's a really good thing. You know, to put a team together and they look like they've been playing together. They all fight for each other. Having two teams isn't an issue either. There's been no real challenges. I think we're all very happy with the way season 2's gone so far.
The chairman will demonstrate how the voting process works on match days.
When the voting closes on a Friday at 2 o'clock, literally it goes up on the website, and then from there obviously we have to then choose subs. So you know, we'll probably choose typically 3 subs to choose out of whoever's available, and you know, obviously with cup tied or anything else that will stay. So yeah, they know pretty much the same time as the fans do. We won't release how many votes each player's got, kind of like an X Factor thing, so we don't want to show favouritism. We don't want players to get complacent thinking they're going to walk into the team. Players who do well get votes really, and players who actually step up and do some of the media stuff as well, some of these interviews, do some things like training ground drills, and they do well because they get more exposure like anything.
The teams are out and United London are ready to take the challenge at home against Lopez Tavares.
Today's been alright until we got here and we've only got 10 players. It's a bit frustrating. We've got a squad of about 30-35 players, and to turn up today with a couple of blowouts in the morning, but that's typical Saturday, Sunday morning football. You know, it's you're reliant on players, and if they maybe get a work offer, or you know, if they've got something else that pops up or a family emergency, that's part of the parcel. We have to make way for that, you know. So
buzzing, gets to play alongside Petey Truman. It's going to be a good game. His team, I think, beat John off last week, so it'll be a good game. But hopefully, we can get the 3 points and move further at the top of the table. I think we've got a good side. The team's good. I think we have a lot of injuries. A lot of people can't make today. But you know, we've got Sean Goddard in the side. Sam Reg should be a win.
No, I'm really happy. Anytime I get to play football, I'm really happy. So yeah, just delighted. No, it was a good team. I think the fans pick a good team. I was hoping for 5 in the middle, but 4 works and 2 in the middle works. But yeah, so overall good.
And so here we are, it's week 8 of the Essex Alliance Premier Division. Ross Fisher in goal. We've got Taylor and Simon as your centre-back pairing. John Hughes on the left, Tony Witchlow on the right. Samraj, Scott, Sean and Emmanuel Wazola make up the midfield 4 with the usual pairing of Billy Texera and Harry Chalk up top. Now Lopez Tavares are a mid-table team at the moment. They have won 2, drawn 2 and lost 3. Obviously their most notable win was last week against current champions Jollof. So it's United London kicking this one off. We've gone for our blue and white kit today and we are going left to right. It's an absolutely miserable, wet and soggy day today as well. So not one for the spectators, but it's Lopez Tavares on the attack. Shot there, but Samraj gets his foot in. And again another shot, that's blocked by Simon. It's an offside decision, it means it's a goal kick for Lopez Tavares. Oh, that one hasn't got off the ground. Sean Goddard picks it up, sprays it wide out to Harry. It's missed by the defender. What can he do? Crosses it across into Billy, slides in, it's a goal, 1-0. Mistake by the goalkeeper, and United London capitalise. United push forward again. Bill with a shot here, goes round his mound, cuts that across, and well cut out there by the defence. Manuel Zola with a shot, that's wide, but it's come off a Lopez defender, and that is Bill for 2-0. Ross Fisher with a throw out to Sean. Spots a lovely diagonal ball there through to Samraj. Oh, what a good control. And what a lovely dink. That is a beautiful, beautiful goal. So that sort of control and finish is worthy of the Premier League, let alone the Essex Alliance Premier Division. Lopez have had a number of shots, but they've just not really connected with any power to trouble Ross at this stage. Samraj cuts back inside, laces back onto Emmanuel, hits a shot. Oh, it's squirmed under the keeper. Would be disappointed to let that one go in. Bill with a good header there. Cleared off the backside of Samraj. Emmanuel with a shot. Oh, that again, it's just gone through the goalkeeper. He's going to have a day to forget. Puts a cross in, cut out by Taylor. Oh, good chance to score here. Oh, and again, that one has flown over. And quite honestly, the referee has saved us a lot of balls by blowing that whistle.
I thought we done well, played well as a team. Dominated possession. There weren't no match for us, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's always good to be in the team, be part of a good winning team, top of the table. So yeah, it's lovely. I'm pleased they keep putting me in, so I'll keep assisting Bill, and we'll see where it goes.
I've never been a captain anywhere else. I think they were scraping the barrel trying to find someone, to be honest. But yeah, obviously I was happy when Mark gave me it. I've put a lot of effort into this team since I've got here, so I feel like it's a bit of a pat on the back for that. It was good, you know, like Lopez Tavares beat Jollof last week, who won the league last year, so we didn't expect a rollover, so to come away with that result, yeah, it's really good. Just happy that they keep picking me, you know, and as long as I keep scoring goals, hopefully they keep voting me in.
Thought it was a good performance. I thought we were solid from back to front. Thought everyone played well, so overall happy with the win. Yeah, I'm delighted. Anytime I get the opportunity to play, I'm really happy. So just generally really privileged to just be playing. Yeah, I thought I played well. Got a goal today, which I'm happy about. Apart from that, I think it was just overall good team performance. So all the individuals played well today.
Yeah, I thought we played well. First half we was good, moved the ball around well. Second half was a bit slacking, but obviously got the job done nice and early on in the second half, so got through it in the end. Very privileged to be chosen, and always an honour to represent United London.
Social media is at the core of everything United London do. It creates an interactive platform for fans to pick the starting 11 and act as a manager themselves.
It was really good, fantastic. I think we zipped it around, passed really well. The communication was good throughout. Their keeper was a bit iffy, to be fair, so I think 5-0 was probably a little bit generous, but overall I think we did fantastic. It was tough after a 5-0 to say what improvements. I guess always, you know, for me as a former defender, I always want defending to be perfect. So I think really from a club point of view, I think set pieces is something that we can work on a little bit more. But it's just getting people here, you know, consistency to some people working and stuff like that. So it's quite hard when you're trying to do routines to get people here together and work on that. So it's one of those things. For us, it's been successful. For other clubs, no, I don't think it would work. I think if you took a traditional club and used this methodology, it's really not going to be. It just won't work. I think every club's been set up in a traditional way, and I think it's convert a club that has been run like a normal football club, if you call it that. It just wouldn't work. I think the way we do it, you have to start off doing it this way. Hopefully we can take the club as far as we can up the football pyramid. Someone posed an interesting question today, actually, that if we actually get so far up the pyramid that we appear in Football Manager, how would that work? Because you're supposed to take over the manager of a club, and how would that work for United London? So that's a really interesting dynamic I didn't think of. Personally, we want to go as far up the pyramid as we can. We've got something in place next year that will hopefully allow us to do that with some very good players in the pipeline, and then potentially we can set up other United FC teams, maybe United Tokyo FC, United Paris FC, and have like international clubs using the same technology.
With the club sitting second in the Essex Alliance League, it will be no surprise next season United London could gain promotion to the Essex Olympian League. The future is bright, with every possibility of emulating AFC Wimbledon's success.